Hello and welcome back to the Ideal Home Show YouTube channel. I'm Louise Gookie, and today we are joined by the queen of colour and chalk paint herself. It is Annie Sloan, and she's here to share her top paint colours of the season and how we can use them at home. Annie, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
It's an absolute pleasure. I mean, who doesn't love an ideal home?
I know. And you are helping us create it. That's what we need. Brilliant. All right. Well, I guess we'll start with, before we talk about colours, could you just tell us a little bit about you and exactly what you do, and tell us about your chalk paint?
Well, I'm here in Oxford, where my offices, studios, just in front of me, and next to me on my left is actually my paint factory, and that's where I make my chalk paint. And well, I've been making it. This is the big year for us because it's our 35th anniversary. I invented it in 1990, and it's just been an amazing ride, absolutely incredible. So now we have a factory, and I'm making now. We started with 12 colours, and I'm now making, I think it's 46 colours.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, first off, happy anniversary. That's
Okay.
amazing. Yeah, that's a lot of colours to keep on top of.
Well, it is a lot of colours, but not when you compare it to, like, I don't know, all the big companies.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they have hundreds, and I've always not wanted to have hundreds, because part of my job is to choose colours for people.
Yeah.
And colours come in and out of fashion. We talked about that a little bit just earlier. You said what's trending, and things come in and out to do with all sorts of reasons. And I think that people need guidance. And I actually only have 4 whites, for instance.
Oh, interesting.
That's because I think you probably only need 4 whites. And when I go to see other well, I don't want to do horrible things to other companies, but
No,
sometimes
sure.
I am overwhelmed by the number of whites. And I used to have, when I had a shop, I had several shops, and I'd be in my shop and people would say, which white should I have? And at that time, I actually only had 2. And and then I had 3, and people were like, oh my goodness, what white can I don't know how you have to choose between, I don't know, 10, 20 whites.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's almost like the less choice, the better sometimes. It makes it
yeah. I mean, I've chosen 4 whites rather, and I think we've got one there which is a pure white, one which is slightly yellow, very slightly yellowy, creamy yellow, another one which is very, very slightly pink. You wouldn't know it until you see it next to the other ones, and one which is slightly sort of what we call greyed. So it's not got it's just a sort of like a slightly deader white in a funny way. So that's just about whites, but I've chosen what my idea is that I choose for you.
Yeah, and I love that. It just, like we said a moment ago, just helps reduce that overwhelm. I think overwhelm is the right word for it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about colours then, and trending colours and things that are happening right now. What colours are, I know we spoke about white, but what colours are most exciting you right now? What are you most excited by?
Oh, well, it's amazing. I just brought out a colour that actually I sort of intuitively felt was right, but I was a bit nervous of it. And that is a colour which I've called Tyrian Plum. It's a sort of aubergine, sort of, you know, that sort of deep reddy purple, but it's very deep. And I was quite nervous because I know that purple doesn't sell. People are scared of purple. People either love purple and, you know, the house is purple, their clothes are purple, the outside there, everything is purple. And so, or you're someone who goes, no, not purple. And I've always been a not purple person. And I brought out this colour, which isn't purple, to be fair, but it is going in that direction.
Yeah.
So, and now I've got it, and I just want to use it all the time. I absolutely love it. And I've been saying to people, it's the colour that I didn't know I needed. it's interesting. When I say I didn't know I needed it, it's pleasing me on a sort of internal level, in that it's making me feel sort of good, And it's also pleasing me in that, I didn't know it would go with so much. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. Anyway, so so
Brilliant.
so I've noticed actually there's a sort of resurgence of these richer, not purple, plum aubergine colours, and browns, rich chocolatey browns, quite warm and put your feet on the ground sort of colours. But I think what the plum does is gives you a feeling of I don't know, luxury
Yes,
without being,
absolutely. Yeah.
luxury without being blingy.
Yeah, I
So
guess it sort of reflects a little bit in clothing as well, doesn't it? When you see purple, you think exactly that. So get it on
yes,
your wall.
yes.
You like that?
Yes. So that's my big find
Yeah.
of this season, and I'm seeing it everywhere. Those sorts of colours. I mean, of course, as soon as you see it everywhere, don't you?
Yeah, 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 of course. Well, let's sort of flip it then from those really bold colours. If you were looking to create a bit more of a cozy, calm space,
Yes.
and maybe you would include more of a plum colour in this as well. I'm not sure, but what would be your go-to when it comes to shades for that cozy environment?
Well, actually, you've got a good point there. So I brought out, along with my Tyrian plum, my deep plum colour, I brought out a colour called canvas. And canvas it's the colour of canvas. It's a sort of, I suppose, it's a sort of light brown, but very, very light. And you would call it almost white. It's very
Yeah.
comfortable and very quite earthy, but it's got that sort of sophistication. And of course, it goes incredibly well with my Tyrian plum. So those colours are looking fantastic. And with I also brought out a colour called Rococo Pink. White rather, sorry, which has got a little bit of pink in it. So that works as well. At the moment, I think canvas is my new go-to colour. But I have, again, talking about neutrals, I have three main neutrals plus another one, two, three, four. So altogether, seven.
Wow.
So they're proper neutrals, not black and white and grey. I'm not talking about those. These are neutrals which I've mixed in a special way. And those are Paloma, Paloma Country Grey canvas, which I just mentioned, French linen, cocoa,
Ooh.
and Paris Grey. I think I've mentioned, Chicago Grey. So those are all, they go in different families, and it helps you when you're designing a room or making a room. You could choose one of those neutrals because every room needs a neutral. I would start off with a big neutral slab of everything and then add colour to it. And that's the way I think it just works beautifully.
Brilliant, because then it can create, like you say, it matches and it creates that cozy sort of ambience.
Exactly.
Now, I know you were speaking there about some colour combinations. You sort of start with that neutral, and then you can add. I know you mentioned a few with the plum and with the cocoa.
Yeah.
What other colour combinations could people be trying this season if they're looking to redo? Maybe plum's not their favourite, so what else could we do?
Well, I always have my big thing is all the greens and blues. You just can't go wrong. I'm a big green person because I love the fact that green has got so many greens.
Yeah.
And it is brilliant that you can go from a sort of purple, got it on the brain.
Yeah.
You can go from a bluey emerald, sort of turquoisey green, or you can go to a sort of limey green. So there's huge numbers of greens. And that, of course, why some people find it too difficult. Go to blue, and blue is a very, very calming and easy colour to work with. And I think if you are nervous with colour, you like to play it so that it's going to work, play safe, go for a blue. And with blue, you will find Paris grey goes beautifully. It's a sort of bluey grey colour that's just lovely. Chicago grey, or of course all the whites. That's just, I mean, it's just beautiful. So
Yeah, that's
that's
lovely.
yeah, yeah.
It's almost pairing that brighter color with a more neutral too.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you do need some colour. I always tell the story when people say, I just like neutrals. Well, I used to do a lot of interior design for people, and I had a client who said, I just want neutrals. So I said, no colour at all. No, I want everything neutral. Very busy, demanding job, and I want everything neutral. So I go, okay. And I kept trying to just put in a little bit of colour, like a cushion or a painting or whatever, little bits and pieces. And she kept, nope.
No.
Anyway, we finished. Everything was great. And then she had came in to my place, shop, probably about 3 or 4 months later. She said, I'm longing for colour because every time I come home, I just go to my children's room because in that room there is colour and life and things going on. She said, partly to see my children, but I want to be in their room, not in my very austere, clean, but, it didn't have any life in it. So we went in and I helped her bring some other bits of colour. It doesn't have to be shouting at you, but you do need some colour. I mean, it's like wearing, a suit all the time, only in black or only in cream. And you just need a little bit of something, even if it's just an earring twinkling in blue or whatever.
Definitely. It's sort of it helps bring out your personality, doesn't it, sometimes, and just it reflects you a bit.
Yes.
So I guess with that in mind then, how can we use colour to reflect that personality and bring out the us in our home?
Yes. Well, I think if you are starting with a bed, what I call it like a bed of neutral. Let's say you've chosen canvas as your neutral colour. It's on the wall. It's on your painted furniture. It's on your sofas. Everything's neutral. So what are you going to do? First of all, of course, you can do cushions. You can do a piece of painted furniture. It could be all neutral, but perhaps what you could just do is around the moulding on the top of your piece of painted of your chest of drawers or whatever it is, side table, just a line, just one line of a blue. Say we're going for blue. And you can have various blues. It doesn't have to be the same blue all over. You could do something quite clever by taking a colour like Aubusson or Napoleonic blue, both really good standard blues. And then you could add a bit of white to it. And so you get variations of it. So you could have a line in blue in the pure colour, and then you could have another line somewhere else on it having added a bit of white. Easy peasy. I mean, so simple. You could do a lamp base. So let's say you've got a lamp base that is looking quite dull. You might have even have got it secondhand from somewhere, or it's from your old house. It doesn't work. You can paint that, and it doesn't have to be wood. It could be ceramics. So it could be ceramic, and now it's looking tired, dated, or whatever. You could paint that, and again, the line, just a line, bit of masking tape, put a line around it, and it's suddenly, that looks all right. A little bit of colour there. Shades, fabric or paper.
Shades,
on a side table, you could then paint that. Either painted all one colour or stripes, or just, again, the one line. I'm going for the people who are really nervous.
yeah. But it's a starting point, right? And you'll learn to love it and then potentially build or experiment in other ways.
Yeah. And I can't tell you the pleasure I have. And I've been doing this a long time. I've got a lampshade at home that I've painted. And I sit in my chair and I look at that lampshade and I just go, oh, I did that. That's nice.
That's so
I mean,
lovely.
it's very pleasing, I think.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's nice as well, like about the personality, because you go, I did it. It's
I
mine.
did
I didn't just buy it from somewhere. No one else
exactly,
has got it. Bring in that, yeah. Oh,
exactly,
wonderful,
exactly.
wonderful tips and ideas.
Yes,
Amazing. Well, Annie, thank you so, so much for joining us for this episode. I know you'll be on again very, very soon with us here at the Ideal Home Show. So, well, actually, I think we've got a chat coming up with you in the future all about upcycling as well. So, very excited to talk to you about that as well. But for now, thank you so, so much for joining us and for sharing your tips. And of course, thank you everyone for watching as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe and explore some more of those interviews, and keep an eye out for Annie's next one as well here on the Ideal Home Show YouTube channel. But for now, Annie, thank you. And we will catch up with you again very, very soon.
thank you very much for asking me. I love chatting about this sort of stuff.
And we love chatting to you. So we'll do it lots more.